Hello and welcome to the 21st Bo Cameronian Arts Awards on set. My name is Miriam and joining me today are the representatives from The Artist's Dream by the Temple of Fine Arts, KL. Welcome all to the set and congratulations on your nominations.
Thank you.
I am very excited to be talking to you. So let's dive in and go back to the start of this production. Can you tell me a little bit about some of the earlier conversations that you had? And how did you decide that you wanted to put this production on?
Firstly, I think for us at the Temple of Fine Arts, we've got a huge 45-year history of being in the arts, being in the community. And why I'm saying this is because we have done so many tremendous productions of different scales, different dance forms, different music presentations. And I think that was really one of the key elements to the Artist's Dream. And we've always talked about revisiting those ideas, but trying to see if we can make it relevant today, right? In all the things that we have done before, with fresh faces, with fresh energy, how can we bring those ideas and maybe rejig it and stuff? So actually that was one of the key things that we talked about when we were discussing the Artist's Dream. Rather than just say, okay, no, we are going to present items that were done 20, 30 years ago and live up to that memory. But we really wanted to see how we could, again, make it relevant today for ourselves and therefore the audience. I think that was one of the few things.
Yeah. And I think for us, those were the items that I learned as a child at TFA. And of course, at that time, we didn't dance to live music.
Yeah.
It was recorded music. And in order for us to play that was really special, I think, because it brought back so many memories. The music was all in our heads already, and it was just a matter of how we were going to try and recreate it. And so that was quite special, I think, for us to. And also then we had to actually learn lyrics and learn things that we took so much for granted. We just, memorized steps. And as Hari and I were teaching the orchestra what to play, and sometimes we would forget where we were, we would actually dance that step out.
Yes, and
so,
then recollect.
this is the part.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the unique thing about us is that us at the Temple of Fine Arts is a lot of us, especially my senior like Jyotsna and many of our seniors and our batch, we've had the fortune of studying dance and music. And because, especially when we were, growing up and coming up, a lot of the shows that we did involved a lot of those too, especially for me, being a musician and a dancer. So we remembered music through the choreography, and we remembered choreography through the music. So it was, I think that was one of the plus points for us, I think, and one of our greatest strengths that, it's become so internalized that it's fun to be able to do things that way.
But on the flip side also, there were some worries, like some of them were, really, y'all can do this?
Yeah.
Can you all actually recreate this or not?
Yes.
Make sure you all do it properly. Like, I remember or not?
The pressure.
Like they'll meet us in the dance teachers will meet us in the corridor. Sure, not y'all.
So I think when we were revisiting the items, because for choreography side of it, revisiting the items that we have done in the past productions, also it was interesting because how will you do it in this current setting? Should I change it or how? And then it was live music. It was the first time I think we were trying to put live music and our dance item together. So the exploring part of it was very interesting because though it's past, but it was very present too. How can we do it?
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. I'm very interested in, the Temple of Fine Arts is an institution, and it has been, in a way, it has grown together with the nation. Like you said, 40 to 45 years, the nation is just over, 60, reaching 70 years. So I wonder, what is the kind of process, the production process like within such an institution? Like independent choreographers, you can think about it, there's not a lot of people, there's your personal expectations and your personal processes. But what is it like? What are the kind of conversations that need to take place?
It was actually just a congregation of a community, really, and him kind of being the center of it and being the inspiration and the guide, and just basically showing all of us the path towards anything good. I don't want to say religion only, but I think spirituality, when I say spirituality, it means even in the arts as well,
Yeah.
even in food,
Yep.
even in the things that we do, even in terms of service. And I think we've strived to carry on that vision and that motto set by him. And so really, TFA is still a community
Yeah.
that, as much as we are a big institution, and we've got the classes, we've got a restaurant, we've got a souvenir store, travel agency, all of that, but ultimately it all consists of people who, having met our founder, who have been inspired by him and who just want to come there and serve and do what they can for the community, and hopefully the larger audience and the larger community. So to come back to the question, I think in that sense the process is perhaps similar, not the same, similar whenever we do a production, because we have such varied levels of involvement and commitment, right? That's where we try our best to make things as smooth as possible. There are ups and downs, no doubt, but I think at the end of it, knowing that what, we all are doing this because we have a shared interest, a shared passion, not just for the sake of putting a show,
Yes.
if you want to put it that way, but rather we try and make it about the process and the experience and improving things as we grow, as we move forward, and I think really the artist's dream was a good example of that, given all our different lifestyles and different commitments, the fact that we all made the time and the effort to put something so significant to us within, I would say, 6 months, right?
Yeah.
To put something together, and everybody is heads on, full on in wanting to make it work. I think that is really how we work, and we try and do things differently, but ultimately that's basically our process.
Did you have any?
Anyone looking at the way we work may think that it's all planned. It comes together quite organically. I won't say that we are disorganized as well, but the process is quite organic. And again, we are dealing with some full-time teachers, full-time performers, and then you have students, and then you have the uncles and aunties who also want to be part of the show. So that way, after a day's rehearsal, we would all go down and have a very nice meal, and sometimes that'll be the highlight of the day. The discussion upstairs, what's going to be served for dinner today, did you have that, those kind of things. So I think that's what really makes us who we are, and the sense of community has always been at the core of TFA's philosophy. I think our founder, Swamiji, he was so passionate about the arts that he wanted to bring it to everyone and anyone, I think. So in that sense, our past productions, we even had like uncles and aunties. And I say uncles and aunties, I mean like my father, my mother, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, all on stage
Wow.
to experience it, because why not?
Yeah.
Why not? So they all got a sense of what it felt to be on stage.
Yeah.
You did not have to be a professional dancer or musician to be on stage. And I think that was, what we value, and we try to bring and hopefully share that with the next generation.
Yeah. Thank you for reminding us. It's such a beautiful reminder that everything that you do revolves and is grounded by community, for the community, whether within TFA but also extending it outside to family and everyone else in the network. I want to relate that to the title, The Artist's Dream. How did you come up with it? Why did you decide that that would be a good title? But also, what is the dream?
So actually, Artist's Dream was actually an item, a performance by itself that was conceptualized by one of our founding directors, Master Gopal Shetty. So he had this item that I've danced to, where the artist imagines the sculptures coming to life, and he falls in love with one of the sculptures, and it's a beautiful story, and he dances with them, and then he wakes up from the dream. So that was Artist's Dream, but again, it was so iconic and connected to Master Gopal. So this was in a way reminiscent of the stuff that we used to do, the shows that we used to do, where it was I guess, a little bit out of the box.
Yeah.
You know, at that time in the 80s, it was really different.
Like what I mentioned earlier, right?
Yes.
How do you bring it to this present
Yeah.
Yeah.
now? How do
Yeah.
we do it? And I think that was our base to
Yeah.
use that Master Gopal's idea
Yeah.
of how he has thought about it. And for us, how can we use it now and make it to
it
what
relevant.
Temple of Fine Arts is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because this is what Temple of Fine Arts is about. You know, we do the things that we do that we can come up with. So it relates back to the title of the artist stream.
And also, like when we study dance, we actually study classical dance forms. We study Bharatanatyam, we study Odissi, we study Kathak. Even for music, there's Carnatic music, Hindustani. But however, when we do perform this kind of shows, especially ones that have a kind of a contemporary feel to it, there is no distinction between what is Bharatanatyam, what is Kathak. We use all this, we use the vocabulary that we've learned
Yes.
in order to create something that's a little bit different. And I think that's another signature for us that we've tried to keep up to. That was Master Gopal's signature, that was Master Shivadas' signature, of course, Swamiji as well. So they encouraged us to think, just use the tools that we've given you and now express yourself.
Yeah.
Of course, when you're doing a Bharatanatyam performance, it is Bharatanatyam.
Yep.
That's that.
Yep.
But this, what we did with Artist Dream, was following that tradition.
I'm curious about pushing the limits, in the sense that, yes, you've learned all these techniques and these tools and steps. How do you enable yourselves or empower yourselves and, you know, everyone else in the community to go, yes, this is what we've learned, but this is what we're doing now? Was there any like challenge to it? What do you tell yourselves to release from that, you know? If any.
I think it's important to stay grounded. I think when you're learning this kind of style of Bharatanatyam, Odissi and Kathak, you need to be so into the style and you know what you're doing for you to go to the exploration part of it, I think. So when you explore this kind of style, you need to be really, you need to know what you're doing in order for you to explore. I think in that way, all our teachers, like our seniors, Umishanan, Shankaranan, and all of them, the way how they've approached movements, how they've explored, it's so unique because they've taken the styles and move into different kind of movement. And I believe it started from the time of Master Gopal and Master Sivadas, how they've used these movements and all. And I think now when we see our seniors like Danya, Dina, Manju, Vidya, and how they put in movements together and they do things, and we are learning from them as well how to kind of explore this movement and move into movements. I always feel like go back to your grounds and see where do you find this, and not to run away from the vocab itself. So
I think also, I mean, acknowledging that, you know, we have a strong foundation in our classical art forms. In fact, my father, he was one of the script writers, directors for many of the productions before, and he, in my personal opinion, and those who know him, he's got a very critical eye for any sort of performance, right? And he would always ask me, he said, okay, what are you trying to say? Assume that I don't know anything about this show. What are you going to do to help me understand what is it that you're trying to say, or, you know? And I would always think of those questions, because that, you know what, okay, this is my base. I play, for example, I play Carnatic music, right? But how am I going to make this form of music that I'm so grounded in accessible to somebody who doesn't understand that, right? So I think coming back to Artist Dream, knowing that these art forms are basically our foundation, but also knowing that, you know, we've got a long history of being contemporary in our approach and respecting that and making use of that. And I think one of the special things about the production is the fact that, as I said earlier, you know, it's new energy, it's new faces, and also it was challenging, but in a good way, because for us musically, we made a conscious decision to say, you know what, we're going to do the music live. You know, not that it's not been done before. Maybe in smaller ensembles, but to the capacity of a 30-member orchestra that's playing like some nine pieces live,
Wow.
accompanying dance.
Yeah.
And then you have all the technical things that you have to worry about, your in-ear monitors, and then the
all the things
sound
that you
balancing.
need to worry about.
Yeah, you know, all of that was there. And remembering cues.
Yes.
You know, and also the fact that because we are taking this step forward to play these iconic pieces that we have heard from the past.
Yeah.
If I know for Jyotsna and myself and many of us who have grown up with these pieces, it's like, oh my God, actually this is for us the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a dream come true.
Yes.
So
yes.
really, I think while the artist dream is a homage to what Master Gopal and our seniors have done,
Yeah.
but for us, I think it's the fact that, you know, we've been in this for so long, and then there's a new batch of students and performers coming up, and actually this is what it is. The dream is that, you know, us working together, coming together to create something that's special for us and hopefully for the audiences to come. And it's not just a one-off performance that we're doing. It is actually part of our regular life. It's just that you don't see it on stage.
Yes.
You know, it's part of our whole ecosystem.
Yeah.
So for us, that's what Artist Dream, in my opinion, kind of represents.
And again, I think we all have different versions of what artist dream was to us, and I think that's also what it's supposed to be in a sense. We don't have one definition.
Yes.
You know.
That makes the production both this collective but also very personal expression and representation of the dream, the artist's dream, but also the dream.
In fact, one of the things that we did talk about was not to have any narration in the show.
Nice.
Even in the before the show began, we didn't say or give any indication, context, nothing. Because I think we finally said, you know what, let's not tell the audience how to feel.
Yes.
We do what we have to do.
Yes.
And if you felt something,
let them take away what they want.
You interpret it in your own way, you know.
Yeah.
Our founder always used to say at the end of each show, right? If there's something that you love, then it's all by the divine grace. If there's any flaws or that any mistakes that we have done, please forgive us. We are on that path towards learning and improving ourselves. I'm paraphrasing, but essentially that's the
spirit
of it. So we still carry that with us till today. So.
Again, and very much grounded in that belief that this is for community, and very much for them at the heart of it. Perhaps as we bring the conversation to a wrap, the collaboration between you, even sitting here right now, is very tangible. So thank you for sharing that passion with me. But how does the dream evolve for you moving into the future? How does TFA continue to make it accessible, make the work accessible, and to resonate with the generations to come, perhaps?
For me, I think it is about letting go to a certain extent, meaning that we've had a certain experience which was maybe different from the experience of the people who came before us. So definitely the younger generations and the generations to come will look at the same dream with a different lens, but by maintaining the spirit of it. If that is something we can then pass on, what is the spirit or what is the essence of what we're trying to hang on? We're not saying you can only do this this way, but make it your own, but retain the essence and the spirit of it. I think if we can do that, then I think job done. But it's hard. It's not easy.
It all comes with its challenges, but keep on the faith of doing it. Well, thank you so much for joining me in conversation, and congratulations once again on your nomination.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Miriam.
And thank you to the audience for listening in. My name is Miriam, and I will catch you in the next session. Thank you.